the biggest obstacles to cooperative advantage. I think that we have a disease in our culture, in our organizations, that really gets in the way of cooperative advantage. And when I was talking about this to one woman who is a consultant and has worked in many organizations, she said, "Oh, yes, this is what I call gerbilization. You know, the little gerbil or the little hamster running on the wheel faster and faster and faster. This is how we try to get things done so often in organizations." And what that does is we're so nervous to get all this done, and we're so busy and we're running from one thing to another, that we're not as aware, as present, and as grounded as we need to be really effective. This leads to mistakes. We're doing rework, we're redoing things, we're picking up the pieces, and hence the amount of work actually grows. But it is so difficult for leaders and people that are in this gerbilized place to shift to the mode of being grounded, present, really clear, cutting away all the things that don't need to be there, working on the essential, and working on it the right way the first time. That's a monumental task because operating in this new way requires a new set of skills and a new set of capabilities. And the shift requires creating the space to practice. So I cannot tell you how many leaders I talk to about this, and they're just too busy. When this crisis goes by, they'll have the time. When this funding comes in, they'll have the time. When this strategy gets implemented, they'll have the time. When they hire this other person, they'll have the time. But guess what? There's always something new. There's always a new emergency, and they don't have the time. The only way you create the time and the space to implement cooperative advantage, or to really change yourself and change your organization, is when you create that time. And that requires that you do something differently, even before you know how. It requires a deep commitment and a trust that making that shift will make a difference. And I would say that a leader needs to be ready for that. And many of our leaders are not. But yet, most of these leaders, when they really think about it, know something's broken in the way that they're operating, in the way their organization's operating. There's a lot of side effects. There's a lot of things that are not really working well. So they're disturbed, but they're not yet committed to do what it takes. And so my interest is finding those leaders that are ready to step into that commitment. And once they do, everything will change for them.